Aunty Ben is like 6'5" and has the biggest, best dresser box you've ever seen. Seriously, a whole room full of dressing up clothes. And Ben doesn't just dress up after school either, but all day and all night too. Aunty Ben has this really glamorous job as a drag queen, where you go to bars and you dress up like famous people by wearing their clothes and doing this thing called lip syncing, where you mouth the words to their songs.
That is so cool!
Yeah, I know. I go to Ben's house nearly every Saturday when my mum is at work and my dad is playing five-a-side. It's like a whole other world there. It's like a meteorite from a dream planet just fell out of the sky, trading glitter dust and landed in Kimmage. Everything is covered in glitter and pattern and colour and gemstones. There are Christmas decorations out all year round. And these weird little glitter animals over the mantelpiece. It's like a museum, but full of not boring stuff.
Sounds so random.
Oh yeah, there are random teapots and pictures and books on all of the shelves. Ben is really smart and was the president of the student union at college.
What's that?
Well, it's basically like being the Michael D. Higgins of partying.
Oh, I'm ready to Michael D. Higgins of partying.
Me too. Oh, plus, Ben has travelled all around the world, so has loads of treasures, like incense burners from Thailand, boomerang from Australia, cowboy boots from America. And he has these little puppets from Prague. Oh, and there's so much stuff for making, like sewing machines, spray paint, scissors, measuring tape, hammers, and nails. Ben has making stuff superpowers and can basically make anything that you can think of.
An anti-gravity teacup.
A dynamite diamante spacesuit.
A backstage pass to the Great British Bake Off finale episode.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's like when you're at Ben's, everything is possible. And there's nothing that you could think of that couldn't be run through a sewing machine and then covered in gemstones in front of your very eyes. Anyway, it's a shame you two can't come over. I'm sure Ben would have let us play in his dressing up room too.
Oh my god!
Aye, Commander! Shmee, reporting for duty.
Aye, aye, Shmee.
Fellow space pirates. Oh, you'll have to excuse the state of me. I was doing photos for my new show at the George and I had to jump a cab straight over here. I didn't have time to take off my face or anything.
How's the new show going?
Dreadfully, but at least my hardcore fans, they still love me.
What, both of them? Ah!
You're great, aren't you? Must run in the family.
Like male pattern baldness.
Yeah! Right, enough out of you. Do you want to see my new dress or what?
Oh my gosh! It's like Banshee realness in overdrive.
You wear that? You wear that? What the hell is a banshee?
Here, you really have to see it on to get the idea of the construction. There's slits up the side and everything.
Oh, come on, pop it on. We could give the kids a fashion show. Me, wear brands.
Yeah, no need.
Here, just hang on 2 ticks, I'll pop it on. I'll be right back, okay?
I'll give you a hand.
I'll go help him with the zip.
What the hell is that?
What is what?
Tracy, you can't be serious.
Serious about what?
Well, your Aunty Ben, he's like a big, he's a he, but he's a she, and she
Well,
wears,
obviously, I told you that my Aunty Ben was a drag queen and that it was his job to dress up. What were you expecting? That he'd be a real lady.
Yeah. Or no, it's just, why couldn't he be a drag queen that dresses up like, James Bond or Optimus Prime or something?
Well, it doesn't really work like that. You have to dress up as a lady.
That's really weird.
Oh, wait. Why didn't you tell us?
I told you a million times, Anto.
No you haven't.
Yes I have.
I know. You told us that you had an auntie that dressed up like famous women and sang in all the clubs and stuff. But not that your auntie was a massive... Dude. A dude in a dress.
What does that matter?
Well, if you told me before, I wouldn't have come over when he was in the house. You shouldn't be doing that because because it's not even Halloween.
We dress up all the time when it's not Halloween.
Yeah, but adults aren't allowed to dress up. Especially not men. And especially not dressing up and then lying about being a lady.
He's not lying.
All I know is that I expected to see an uncle today, and there's a big makeup-y auntie in front of me. I don't know what to think. I can't believe your parents just stood there as if nothing was going on. Did they do it too? Did they do it too?
Oh my gosh. If my dad went to work in a bra and a dress, he'd be fired. Or maybe even arrested.
Your dad wouldn't look good in a dress, not like Ben does.
Well, if people don't like it, I just don't pay them any attention. I don't care what they think, and neither should you.
Well, maybe next time that you're over, maybe you could not wear a dress or lipstick or nail varnish.
Tracy.
Well, I know full well that you have loads of makeup remover at work. And maybe you could tell them that you work in an office or something, or as
As a guard. I'll tell them I'm a guard. How about that?
Yeah, a guard.
I'm sorry, Tracy, babe. I can't do that.
Well, what do you mean you can't do that?
I'm far too old and far too fabulous, clearly, to jump in the closet and come out pretending to be a guard or something. I just can't pretend to be something that I'm not, ironically.
I'm sure you could if you tried, maybe.
I have tried, Tracy. I've tried many times. And much as I love you, Boo, and I do, I'm not going to make a habit of pretending to be ashamed of myself. Because I'm not ashamed of myself, Tracy. And neither should you. Reporting for Judy.
Aye, aye, Shmee.
Oh, hi there. Oh, hi there. He said ahoy there.
Hoy, Shmee.
You are now sailing for Tortuga. You're approaching Mermaid's Bluff. You navigate past treacherous rocks, and you set down your anchor in the Bay of Doubloons. What see you? Any enemies? Any Klingons off the starboard bow?
Not today, Shmee.
What? No kraken? No sea monster ready to drag you down to Davy Jones's closet?
Davy Jones' locker, Shmee. No, not today. But if you like, I'll throw some flaming monkey poo just in case.
Good idea. You know, Tracy, I was in my late teens when I first started dressing in drag. I'd always wanted to experiment with makeup and women's clothes, but, you know, I didn't have the courage. Secretly, I'd borrow clothes from your mother's wardrobe, and when the rest of the family were out of the house, I'd just try them on, but I didn't have the courage to wear them outside because I thought that there was something wrong with me, that I wasn't normal. I tried to fit in, but I just knew that I couldn't. It wasn't really until I was a bit older that I realized that there are other people like me, and there were places I could go where I would fit in, like bars and shows, and places where I could just be myself, and people would be fine with that, no matter what I wore. So one day, I pretended to have man flu. While the rest of the family were out of the house, I got all dolled up in your mother's best skirt, her best shirt, her very best shoes. I put on a full face of makeup, and I just headed on out to bingo in George. In all my life, I have never felt more powerful. This is me, I thought. This is me. But I didn't make it to bingo in the George. I didn't even make it to the bus stop because at the end of our street there's a church, and the whole congregation was milling around outside. In the crowd, I saw my old hag-faced Auntie Breda. God rest her soul. A more wizened, hag-faced old prune you've never seen in all your life. I knew that if she saw me, she'd tell my parents, she'd probably tell everyone, she'd tell the whole parish, she'd probably scream at me in the street and completely disgrace me. I was terrified, but I did what any brave young man or woman would do. I jumped into a bush and I hid there. When I knew it was safe, I ran home as fast as my little size 11 feet would carry me. It took me nearly another 2 years to leave the house in drag, Tracy, and to feel that powerful again, to feel like this is me, this is me.
I'm not asking you to not be happy, I'm just asking you to maybe not go on about what you do all the time.
Yeah, but that's still too much, Tracy, because I'm a whole person, the same way that you're a whole person. I just am who I am. I can't change that. You can't just take the people that you love and then chop them up and only keep the bits that you like.
Ben, I would never chop you up.
A man walking through Maynooth in a skirt and heels attracts an awful lot of attention, you know. People would make comments. He'd just smile and walk on by as if they weren't there. But it did take him a long time. It took me a long time too, and of course, it'll take all of you a long time too. Well, being proud. You see, being proud is a skill, and you've got to practice. Go on, start practicing.
I march to the beat of my own drum. I can't just be one thing for you and then be something else for your friends and then be something else for my old haggy Aunt Breda. I have to be me all the time, the same way that you get to be you all the time.
You?
Yeah, and you're the coolest kid I know.
I think I'm the only kid you know.
You're the coolest kid or adult that I know.
Thanks, Ben.
You're welcome, chicken. Now,
Do you love your Aunty Ben?
Yeah, of course.
Well, if you love him, then he is far more important than all the boys and girls in your class. And all the boys in fitness class. Look, don't swap the amazing relationship you have with your Aunty Ben for the respect of people who don't care about